Hi, I'm Maureen Riley, the costume director here at the Lyric Opera of Chicago, and we are starting to get ready for our spring musical, The King and I. The costumes were made in France, and the costume designer is Sue Blaine, and she's famous for designing the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Anna has 5 different looks, and we were really fortunate because our Anna, Kate Baldwin, came in for a photo shoot and she fits the clothes. So we have very little alteration to do for her. This red one here, and it's this, well, she has a petticoat, but it's the way that they've constructed these are very lightweight. Sometimes they're very heavy. And then this is the actual skirt and the bodice. I believe the circumference is 220 inches around, so. The king, here's the king. So the king has some really beautiful costumes too. They've used the trim from a sari to create the cuffs. And then this is the same thing, a piece of sari fabric that's been cut and shaped, and then they put the gold cording over it to give it some dimension. This is what he wears in Shall We Dance. There's 3 dogs in the ballet, and this is the main piece of the costume, and a part of the women's chorus wear this too. So it's sequins that are black, but then you can do this and it changes to gold so that there's a pattern on it. With the wives there's a combination of pieces. So when they first meet Anna, they all have these little like harem pants, and then they have a skirt that's made out of a sari material. And then later on when they're trying to be Western, they all have hoop skirts, but they're all made out of the sari material. And they're, it's like a rainbow effect. Everyone's in a different color. So the kids have their regular everyday clothes, which is sort of the same sort of thing. They have trousers, and then the girls have these little overskirts and jackets. And then later on, they're in a procession. There's an elephant that walks through, so they all have this little headgear that they wear. So this nose comes down over the front of their face, and then it sticks on the back of their head. So the total is around close to 220 costumes.